Hey, go ahead, man. Yep. Sister like that, man, you can't talk to her like how you talk when you're dealing with brothers that have already broken the spirit and understand the Lord.
Not everybody has the same level of understanding.
That's what I'm saying.
What we had to learn.
So you got to come at her a different angle.
All right.
Brother, I think got a question.
Yeah, it was going back to the white Jesus. I was asking, wouldn't that also be a precept for Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 15, where it says for
Get it.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
That's right, because that's exactly what happened, because he ended up dying because he had caught a disease. And so instead of the world looking at him, he said, look, it was the Pope. He said, I don't want anyone to remember my son as being basically a tyrant, him being garbage, him being a nobody and marrying his sister. All that he did, all the atrocities, paint him in a better image. That's why you read in the Maccabees, it said the same thing. They sought to paint the image in their likeness. Doing that is exactly what you said right there. That's the reason. That is a good precept. You were right on that. So, we were all over this place. We had to deal with the sister.
We still did one question. I think this is a question.
You said you wanted to come and talk to us, right?
You got a question?
She was asking about.
One thing I would like to say, I agree with you guys on. I want to be positive. The one thing, me being a Baptist, I've talked to you guys on.
Yeah, we remember talking.
I agree with you guys on the fact that the white man using the Bible to enslave us.
Right.
I think that's the most doggest thing you could do to a person.
Right.
Using the Bible and God itself to enslave us.
Well, just to let you know, the reason why they were using that Bible against us is that before the slave trade actually kicked off, when they were coming from, Portuguese was getting rid of the slaves, the
Jews,
so-called Jews, the blacks that was up there. The king said, look, I'm gonna get rid of you, but for the parents, either you're gonna convert or we're gonna kill you. The parents didn't want to convert. So they said, how about this? We're just gonna take your kids. That's why it's another curse that you can be running after your kids and longing for them.
And that's what I agree with y'all on, because it's like, how can I follow a white man who used the Bible to destroy my people?
Right, well that's what the point I was getting to is the fact that when they decided to do that, they took the kids. It's just like if I was to take these young children right here and I took them to another country and they grew up and they don't remember what the parents had taught them because they're there for 15, 20 years and then all of a sudden now the slave trade kicked off. So now they're gonna take the little ones and put them on the boat. Now the ones who's on the boat now went across the pond. Now the ones that went across the pond, all they remember now is someone is talking to me, I don't know what he's saying. But all of a sudden there's a book in front of them and saying, I won't hit you as much, I won't do these different things if you obey me, because the book says so.
We learned a history from a people who wanted nothing but to use us to get what they wanted from us.
Right, it's punishment, but it's also they were raised for punishment. The wicked was raised to be punishment to us when we didn't obey. So that's all a part of the curses of Deuteronomy. That's when you can follow it, you can backtrack.
How can we follow a man who used that Bible for his benefit to make us do what he wanted us to do?
You wouldn't, would you?
No, that's what happened to them. No, not now.
Right.
I don't do that. But that's what happened to our people.
And that's what
he used the
is.
Bible to get us to do what he needed us to do.
That's right, but now we use that Bible against him. Because he thought, hey, I can use this all day long, because how you keep something from a black person from knowing the truth? You put it in a book. And if you put it in a book and you don't allow them to read, you can make up what kind of story you want to. But then therefore, later on, when people started to read and started to realize who they were, then we start to wake up. So this is when you start to come back. He said, what you use for evil, I'm gonna use it for their good now. So now you just realize this book was written by your people.
But do you realize what it's going to take to get to that level of understanding from what they did to us?
It's going to take this right here.
That's why we all here right now.
More than this, it's going to take a fight.
Well, that's when Yahweh is going to come back. He's going to do it. When he cracked that sky, he's going to say, "You remember me?"
It's going to take a fight. I don't care what religion you are. In history, it always takes a fight. It takes more than a word.
But now it's a time, Ecclesiastes 7, right? It's a time and a season for everything.
Right. I'm not saying it's now, but it's going to take a fight. To get back what they did to us, you think just talking about it is going to be enough?
We're not going to do it. Who's going to do it? He's going to do it. Somebody get that in Revelation.
What we call this, we say, your sword. Pull out your sword. Quick with the sword. This is a weapon. He used this weapon against us. Right. We have to arm ourselves and our people with this weapon. Before we can go into war, we have to know who our enemy is. We have to know what we're fighting for.
That's right.
We have to know this knowledge before we can go into war.
Right, but they know that we're not gonna. This is what they believe. They believe we're never gonna get strong enough to overthrow them.
But see, this is the thing.
Ever.
I don't care what they believe.
That's right.
I only care about my people. That's why I'm here, right here, speaking to my people. We get our people together, and the Most High will take care of it. Until then, it's going to be lost in the wind. You have to take heed to this word and eventually go by it. It's get down or lay down. The Most High, he's not with the soft stuff. It's get down or lay down.
Brother, that's it. It's going to take Huey P. Newton type language. These people ain't listening to us, bro.
Hey, whether they hear or whether they prepare.
It's just a quiet before the storm.
Teach, go ahead.
Precept. Psalm 94:16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
So he's asking who's going to stand up. That's right. We're taking that initiative to stand up. Stand up in the face of all this calamity. Yes, like what the sister said about getting her identity stolen. I had my identity stolen. Bank of America wants me to pay them $15,000 of some money I never borrowed. The lady that I'm renting to own the house, she found out that I'm an Israelite and is trying to kick me out. Like, you're gonna go through this, but it is what it is. But that's not gonna stop me from coming out here every single week.
That's right.
I'm gonna keep his commandments regardless.
That's right.
I'm gonna be taken through the fire. We're commanded to do this. This is not for the weak. This is not for the scary. I'm not afraid. Like, some of us are gonna have to be put to death. It is what it is.
There you go.
It is what it is. If I have to get my head cut off, I'm gonna get my head cut off. I'm not putting that mark in my. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not going by what the white man says. I'm going by thus saith the Lord.
I respect that.
Because I want to make it into the kingdom of heaven. So go ahead with your lesson. I'm about
Jeremiah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you one more precept, and then we're gonna get back to the lesson. Jeremiah 16:16. I want to finish this birthday because I think it's really important that we understand birthdays. Because I keep hands.
We have to be strong in this world.
Right.
It's us against the world.
Bring it out.
Like you said, a lot of people are not going to listen, but we're going to be the few that do listen. Salaki, go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, that they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
That's why it's coming. Like you said, what is it gonna take? Oh, they're gonna get hunted down. They're gonna get theirs. But that's why it's 2/3 not gonna make it. Because the 2/3 want to see and be comfortable in what they live.
Because if you look at history, every government that did wrong in any country, it took them to get overthrown by a war.
Hey brother, did you understand that last precept though?
Read it again.
Did you understand?
Read it again loudly and break it down line by line.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Behold, I will send for many fishers.
We're out here fishing right now. It started off small, but you see the men out here. We're out here fishing these men to do this work with us. Read.
Saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
And so we're fishing these young men. See this young child right here? The young women? We're out here fishing these people for the Most High, because that's what we're commanded to do. Read.
And after, I will send for many hunters.
So after, when the Most High tells us don't go out there in those streets no more, he's gonna send hunters. That's why we have to get armed with the word of the law, so that we can go out there and hunt. Read.
And they shall hunt them from every mountain and every hill.
So every mountain, the mountains are governments. So every country, every mountain, we're gonna hunt them. Read.
And out of the holes of the rocks.
And out of the holes of the rocks, out of the clefts of the rocks. There's nowhere you can run from this word. Read.
The book of Amos, chapter 8 and 11. Behold, the day comes, saith the Lord God, that I will send famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst of water.
So, read it again.
Behold, the day comes, saith the Lord God.
So the day's gonna come, so saith the Lord. Read.
That I will send a famine in the land.
So there's gonna be a famine in the land. You know, when you're famished, you're hungry. Read.
Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water.
So it's not gonna be a famine of bread or water. It's a different kind of thirst. Read.
But of hearing the words of the Lord.
So of hearing the words, like this camp, other camps, we're not gonna be out here. This is a limited time only. You have to get this work now while we're out here. That's right.
And that's what the hunters gonna come.
And they shall wander from the sea to sea, and from the north even to the east.
So all of these people that walk by us and don't want to hear the word, when this famine comes and they're like, damn, they were right. They're gonna come out here looking. They're not at 5 Points. They're not at Woodruff Park.
How come they can't
Where
infiltrate
are
us
they?
just like they did the Panthers?
Excuse me?
They can't infiltrate us like they did the Panthers.
That's irrelevant. This is
That's
thus
not-
saith the Lord.
That's
We're not
irrelevant?
the Panthers.
That's
We're not
right.
the Panthers. We're not Black Lives Matter. We're
Right,
not
that's right.
Muslims. Thus saith the Word.
So
Thus
you
saith
don't
the
think-
Holy Bible.
That's right.
You don't think they can come destroy us?
No, you can't destroy what the Most High brings out.
That's right. I missed me.
That's a valid question.
They shall run to.
That's a valid
They
question.
shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord.
So they're gonna run to and fro. They're gonna up the hill. They were there before. They're gonna come over here. They were there before. But we're not gonna be here.
T-Chalk.
Read.
And shall not find it.
And they're not gonna find us. So while we're here, hear these words.
And that's when the hunters gonna come too.
Precept.
Yeah, I got a precept right here.
Go ahead.
My bad.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
So they're going to be seeking for the men of the Lord. They're going to be calling for him. They're going to be calling to hear this word. They're not going to get it. You ever seen that movie, the Book of Eli?
Denzel.
He knew if he had this word, they would listen. There was a famine. Everybody wanted a 1611.
Yeah, but did you know what it cost them to save that word?
It cost him his life. It's going to cost us our lives. We're giving our lives right now.
That's right.
For this word. We're giving our lives for this word. We're considered terrorists in this land. We're on the
Now
southern
you understand
part
what
of
I'm
terrorism.
saying.
We've been understood. That's
Yeah, that's what we're
been
doing.
understood.
That's right.
Somebody else had a precept?
I got a precept to his point about
Stuff up.
infiltrating. He said they infiltrated the Black Panthers.
They did.
Acts, I know they did, but this is a different movement, like the brother said. Acts 5 and 38.
Bring it out.
It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men, certain men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught, like the Black Panther movement. But if it be of Yahweh, ye cannot overthrow it. Lest happily ye be found even to fight against Yahweh. So nobody's even to fight against the Most High. This is his movement. They can't infiltrate this movement.
But as soon as we get a voice to where they care, it's a problem.
Don't worry about it.
It's all about me believing God.
I believe in God.
That's all that matters.
And I believe in these brothers. But I also believe in facts. As soon as we get a voice to where they care, it's gonna be a problem.
We're good on that. Most I got this. All right. So let's bring it back to what we were talking about. We're gonna clean up this whole birthday thing. All right. I know it's been a minute. It's been like an hour since we was talking about it? Yeah. So I'll argue about it, but yeah, we're gonna bring it out. So go ahead and get the Job 1, verse 4 through 5. We're gonna finish this up. Those keep running.
The book of Job, chapter 1, verse 4. And his son went and feasted in their houses, and everyone his day, and sat and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job went and sacrificed them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the numbers of all of them. Salakia, of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
All right, that's it. This is 4 to 5. The whole point we're trying to bring out is when you sit back and you're going through this word, and you have to understand about looking at your birthdays. All right, your birthday is going to sit there. And the reason why he went and he sacrificed, he said, my children must not understand. They don't get it. But that's what we're doing with our children right now. All we're doing things for our kids. It's for them. But at the same time, when he's doing this, Job goes out and said, I'm going to sacrifice for my kids because I want to save them. I'm going to do this even though without them even knowing it. He said, I'm going to do this because in their hearts, I know they sin against the Most High. So I'm going to do this for them. He's doing that. But what are we doing now? We're doing the opposite. We're saying we're doing it for the kids, not for the Most High. We're not trying to save them. We're going to basically start to condemn them. We're putting them on the hot plate. Understand this. The world is upside down. I mentioned it before, but it is. It's upside down. Whatever the world is doing, the Bible is the opposite. All right? Go ahead and get the 18 through 19.
The book of Job, chapter 1, verse 18. While he was yet speaking, there came also another.
Got him. Go. Bring it out loud.
Verse 18. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only, Shalakia, and I only am escaped alone till thee.
All right, so when Job sat there, he was doing his thing, but what were the kids doing? Celebrating, doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. Right. But they're celebrating.
I read that whole scripture.
All right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with
That's
that.
the whole point behind it. When you sit out here and you going to party, you're putting all that focus on you. You're not focused no more on the Most High. You're supposed to be giving him that glory. You just took it upon yourself. Now we understand the story of Job, but he used the kids as punishment. But it's the same thing. You don't want to set yourself up, or better yet, set your family up, so they'll be punished. You don't want to say, oh, I'm just going to do it for them just this one time. That might be their last time.
That's right.
Because if you're in this truth and you now know, because all of us out here is the ones who know. It's not like we don't know, but the ones who do know, now you're held responsible. All right? That's right. Once you know, don't sit there and say, but just this time. You might not have that time.